Well, I thought I'd give you an update. It's, I believe it's Wednesday morning, and I am in Crescent City. Yesterday, I rode from Clackamas, Oregon, down to here, Crescent City, and I took Highway 5 south all the way until Grants Pass, and then I jumped on Highway 199, which is one of the top California motorcycling roads. Just a tremendous road, and it was smooth and clean and had good weather, not too much traffic. It's an excellent road, very twisty, windy, curvy. So that was a good time, and I spent the night at my buddy Larry's house here in Crescent City. We had a nice dinner and catching up on old college days, and had a generally nice evening. This morning, it's about 7 o'clock, rather 8 o'clock, and I'm going to head south on 101. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to Santa Rosa tonight, or if I'm going to stop part way and spend one more night on the road before going to Santa Rosa, where I have family and friends. So, don't know. We'll see how the day goes. I do want to go through some the Big Trees area, the 30, what they call it, 30-mile drive, or Avenue of the Giants is what it's called. And see some really large trees. Been through there several times, but I don't think I've ever done it on a motorcycle. So here we are. You can see it's kind of a little overcast. Down south it looks about the same, but not too bad. 64 degrees right now, and should be doing okay here. All right, so here we go. So this is Ferndale, California. It's about 20 miles or so south of Eureka, but it's off the beaten path. It's not on 101, and it's a pretty historic town. Has a lot of architecture from years ago, and they also have a very large automotive concours show every year that I always hear about, but I've never been to. They hold the concours show right downtown. They block off some streets and they do it right downtown. That's Ferndale. So I found this neat little road that leads out of Ferndale back to 101. This little squiggly line on the map. And not the smoothest road in the world, but as you can tell, there's a lot of dairy farms here. And if you couldn't tell by the looks, you could sure tell by the smell. That little different change of pace from 101. About 6 miles that'll lead us back to 101, where I'll continue heading south. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to go all the way to my destination of Santa Rosa tonight, or whether we'll stop part way. I think it basically depends upon if I can find a hotel along the way. I have no reservation, but it's late in the season. Tourist season's all done with, I'm pretty sure, and it shouldn't be too hard to find a hotel or motel, so we'll see how it goes. Pretty country. Sure, that's a milk truck. So I just turned off of 101 again into a famous side road called Avenue of the Giants. No, it's not tall people. It's a road that winds through some of the tallest trees in the world. A lot of stops along the way you can make. But it's a very picturesque road, as you will see. These are redwoods that only grow on a narrow stretch of the California coast. And they've been untouched for, in some cases, hundreds and hundreds of years. There's one tree in particular I want to show you. That's in this grove.
Okay, this is the tree I wanted to show you. It's pretty accessible. It's not by any means the biggest tree in the forest, but it's pretty impressive, 346 feet high. What's really most impressive is the lowest branch is 190 feet up. This is a big tree. 5 or 6 people could stand next to each other and they wouldn't be wide enough. It's 190 feet. It goes way up beyond that. To give you some sense of scale, this walkway here, after it tapers in, is about 7 feet or 8 feet wide. So you get an idea how wide that trunk is. And there are large trees all around here. This one that's fallen. Just a huge grove.
Okay, continuing our drive on the Avenue of the Giants. If you're ever on this road, you can get a brochure that lists 18 or 20 stops you can make along the way and see various examples of large trees. The one we were just at, the Founder's Grove, is just one of those stops. Some of them require a little bit of a walk, but most are very, very convenient. You could spend easily a half a day, if not a full day, going to all those stops and checking out all the trees and other displays that they have on this road. If you're ever in this area, well worth the visit. You might wonder what the tallest tree, redwood tree in this area of the state is, and I don't remember the name of it, but they have measured it, but they keep its location a secret so that no one can deface it or damage it or anything like that. From what we know, it's deep in the forest. It's not in an accessible place. Clearly though, if you see old logging photographs, probably the largest trees were already logged. So what we have, or what remains, are the tallest trees, not what were once the tallest. Nonetheless, I think it's around, I want to guess, nearly 400 feet tall. And that's almost a 40-story building. So that's quite a tall tree. And they're, 1,000 years old. Imagine all the forest fires and threats and disease and pests and humans a tree like that had to withstand and survive. Pretty impressive. Oh, this is an interesting point here. Let me stop for a second and show you something here. In I think it was 64, there was a major flood in the area which wiped out the town of Weot. If you notice straight ahead, it says, there's a post that says high water mark, December of 64. Look up that post. That green striped horizontal thing, that was the level of the water in the flood. And so there were one or two towns that were absolutely inundated and carried away by the floodwaters. So just imagine, that's, I don't know, 32 feet, 40 feet in the air, something like that. That's how high the floodwaters were. Look at this view. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get back on the Avenue of the Giants. Had a nice little lunch here in Myers Flat. Met a guy that's from Arizona on a Harley, no windshield. He rode from his home in Arizona to Victoria and is now headed back. So you meet all sorts of people on the road. Took my heated jacket off because it was getting kind of warm. It's 73 degrees. Beautiful day.